Take a look at this. This right here, it's the title page of a book that's almost 900 years old. And the idea inside? It's pretty wild. It suggests that you can understand a person's character just by looking at their physical features. Today, we're diving deep into this ancient practice of face reading.
You know that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Of course you do. But come on, let's be real for a second. We all do it, all the time, especially with people. We make these lightning-fast judgments based on a first glance. But what if I told you that gut feeling, that intuition, was once considered an actual formal science?
Yep, you heard that right. This wasn't just some random guesswork. It was a whole structured discipline. I'm talking an art form with its own rules, its own methods, passed down for generations. And this practice has a name. What you're seeing here, this beautiful Arabic script, is the word al-Firasa. And it's a concept with a really rich, really deep history. So what exactly is Firasah? Well, think of it as the art of connecting what you can see with what you can't. It's about linking someone's physical features to their inner character. It's kind of like reading the soul behind the face, or figuring out someone's temperament just from their physical build. And believe it or not, for hundreds of years, this was considered a very serious field of study. So who's the person who literally wrote the book on this stuff, who took all this knowledge and put it into one definitive guide? All right, let's meet the mastermind. Okay, for this, we've got to travel back in time. Way back. We're talking the 12th century, right at the peak of the Islamic Golden Age. And the guy we're looking for, he wasn't just some scholar. No, he was a true polymath, a master of so many different, really complex fields. His name was Fakhr al-Din al-Razi. He lived from 1150 to 1210, and he was, without a doubt, one of the most brilliant and influential minds of his era. The scope of his work was just huge. And when I say polymath, I am not kidding. Just look at this list. Quranic exegesis, philosophy, theology, logic. He even mastered astronomy and medicine. So think about it. When a guy like al-Razi decides to write about Firasah, he's bringing this massive, multidisciplinary brain to the table. This wasn't some kind of folk magic to him. No way. In his eyes, it was applied science. Okay, so al-Razi's approach was super systematic. He didn't just wing it. He actually developed a 3-part method to deconstruct a person's character. So let's break that down. So his method is actually pretty logical when you look at it. He broke it down into 3 main articles, or steps. First up, you start with the big picture. You look at the person's overall physical condition to get a sense of their internal state. Are they frail? Are they robust? That's your first clue. Then, for step 2, he'd dive into temperaments and moods, trying to connect their physical makeup to their personality. For example, someone with what he called a hot and dry temperament, well, he might see them as being quick to anger. And finally, in step 3, he'd get super specific, analyzing individual body parts. Things like a broad forehead might signal generosity, or large eyes could mean someone's curious. It was this whole comprehensive system, moving from the general all the way down to the nitty-gritty details to build a complete character profile. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Linking the shape of someone's eyes to their personality? That sounds, well, pretty ancient, right? Like a relic from the past. But the core idea here, that human impulse to try and read people, it has an incredibly long shelf life, and it echoes into our time in some really surprising ways. Just take a look at this quote. This wasn't written by some 12th century mystic. No, this is from Dr. Alexis Carrel. He was a Nobel Prize-winning surgeon, and he wrote this in the 1930s. He called the face an open book, an idea that al-Razi would have totally understood and agreed with. I mean, just think about that for a second. More than 800 years separate these two guys. Science, technology, literally the entire world changed in that time. And yet, that fundamental human itch, that desire to understand people by looking at them, that core question has stuck around. And that, of course, brings us right to today. We might laugh at the idea of judging someone by the shape of their nose, but don't we scroll through social media profiles analyzing every photo? Don't we let algorithms scan our faces for everything from marketing to security? So let me ask you this. Are we really all that different from those scholars back in the 12th century? Or are we just practicing a new, high-tech, digital version of Firasah?